Hood Rubino, Devil's Digest. Kenny, in a perfect scenario on Thursday, what do you think the quarterback rotation is going to look like, aside from Jaden? Do you expect Trent and other quarterbacks to see some play?
I have no clue. I'm hoping that we win the football game. Bottom line, whatever situation like that comes next, I couldn't even begin to tell you.
Kenny, right here, Chris Cartman, Son of a Source. Didn't want to hit you with this yesterday, maybe some time to process, but you're trying to win every game still, of course. But does anything change strategically, knowing that you're not going to be going to a bowl this year in this game, or do you see how it unfolds and then make some different decisions, or what's your thought process?
No, I think it's the same thought process. The seniors deserve the right to try to win every football game. I firmly believe that. That doesn't change anything. The seniors deserve the right to go into every football game and try to win. And at this point, I mean, that's all I can say. If there's a senior that, feels different and wants to use a redshirt year to come back, I mean, I don't know. We haven't even crossed that bridge, and I don't think any senior would want to do that. But if they did, I'd be open to it for them if that's what they wanted, because it's their decision as a senior. But I think at the end of the day, it's whatever we can do to win football games for our seniors to make this season, worth it, and to make this season something they remember for the rest of their lives.
And just to follow up on that, when you know that you're not going to be getting bowl practices are very important to develop young players. Does that lend itself to maybe playing younger players in some games where you feel like you have an opportunity because you might not be able to develop them later? Or
Unfortunately not, just because we want to try to win football games. Bottom line, I mean, I couldn't even begin to process going into a game without the full intent of putting everything to win the game. I couldn't even process that. So no, that part does suck though, but that's part of it. And like I said, this whole process, that's part of it. I mean, our guys had the best practice today that they may have had in 2 weeks. Phenomenal practice, and because they're resilient. And that's what we're about. We're about responding to adversity and being successful, and that's being the very best we can be every single day in everything we do. And at the end of the day, nothing that happened yesterday affected those two things. The mission's still the mission. Be the very best you can be every single day.
Kenny, can you speak to the support you've got over the past 24 hours from fans or people in the community, or maybe just people that have reached out to you over the past 24 hours?
Yeah, there's been a lot of people who've been supportive of the football program. To be honest, I think there's a lot of people. I mean, you can debate how people handle situations and stuff like that. I think Ray's kind of gotten the short end of the stick here, to be honest. I mean, I think he's kind of in the middle of all this. And Ray's been really good to me since I've got here. And I don't know what happened in the past here, but Ray has been really good to me since I've got here.
Hey, Coach. Jesse Morrison with Arizona Sports. You've mentioned that this is your dream job. Has it kind of sunken in yet or the emotions or anything that, you will be coaching in your first game for your dream job on Thursday?
No, it's football. The dream job's all the other stuff, right? The being home, the going home, the seeing family, all the other stuff, coming to the office and seeing the campus. I mean, it's football time. When we walk on the field, there's 22 people going to take the field. It's 120 yards, 53 yards wide, and it's go time.
So to follow up, I'm guessing there won't be any sort of you get there super early and walk around the field and soak it in or anything like that?
No, this isn't about me. I mean, my players joked. We had a mock game the other day, and they're like, get up in front, run out. You got to run out first. You're the head coach. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't play. You guys play. You guys run out, and I'll just run out randomly so I can get ready to coach. And you guys go get ready to play the football game. This isn't about me. It's about the players. It's always about the players. Everything I'll ever do is about the players.
Coach Michael Karras, Sideline Sports. Looking at Jaden, obviously, since you named him the starter, you said he's improved every practice and he's just been competitive. But from the fundamentals, little things, how much have you seen him grow in the last month?
Oh, drastic growth. I mean, it gets drastic growth. Just if you watch him in individual drills, he's starting to understand why to take certain drops, when to take certain drops, and there's a suddenness about it. And that rhythm and that timing is what makes quarterbacks good. And even in individual drills, you can see the confidence and the suddenness of his drops. And that correlates to practice. I mean, today was probably his best practice since he's, been at ASU. in my opinion. So that's a testament to him. That's a testament to Coach Baldwin for preparing him.
Michelle Gardner, Arizona Public. Coach, you talked before about having to prepare yourself for being on the sidelines. How different is that going to be for you to be there, not be up in the booth, kind of have to rein it all in and, instead of being excited?
Yeah, it's going to be more like a practice. I mean, that's what it's funny, my wife asked me the same question. She's like, how's he going to be on the sidelines? I'm like, well, I've practiced from the sidelines, so I've had more experience on the sidelines than I have the box, just not on game day. So I'm used to being on the sidelines in practice. I guess the difference will be in between series, not necessarily going over to the offense all the time, right? In between series, watching the defense and being able to give input while still give input up to the offense, and balancing the time, spent while I'm on the sidelines. But other than that, I mean, I'm used to the sidelines for practice, so I don't think there'll be a bigger difference. I'm interested to see how loud we can get. I think that'll be fun. See how loud we can make this thing on Thursday. Let's see how many fans. Every season ticket holder got 2 extra tickets. Bring a friend who has a son or daughter, so we can make a lifelong Sun Devil fan out of them and get loud.
Shane Diefenbach, PHNX Sports, back here, Coach. I know you talked a lot about eliminating catastrophics for Jaden, but is there anything in particular besides that you're looking forward to seeing in a game from him come Thursday?
Confidence. I want to see him take the field confident. That's it. Take the field confident. He has a high talent. He has a high IQ. He has a high work ethic. If he's confident in what he does and does it with just a confidence that he knows what he sees and he trusts his eyes, he's going to have a lot of success.
Hey, Coach, Noah Furtado, son of a source. Elijah Badger has played mostly with the second offensive group over the last 2 practices. Is there anything to that you'd be willing to share?
Yeah, he's out the first half of the game. So we have to practice with the guys that are going to be playing in the first half of the football game.
Just to follow up on that, is that just a disciplinary matter?
No, it was Arizona from last year. The second half of last year, him and Will Schaefer both committed personal fouls, which got them ejected from the game. So they're going to be out the first half, and they'll be back. Oh, y'all didn't know that? I'm just kidding. I just learned about it like a week and a half ago, so it's all good.
Coach Jordan Ham, Sports 360 AZ. When you look back to kind of the grand scheme of Jaden's time here so far, and all he's had to overcome and really just like hit the ground running, just how impressive is it to go from getting here right at spring ball now to being named the quarterback as a freshman?
Oh, it's super important. Just a testament to the human he is, the person he is, the work ethic he put in, the resilience he has, all those things, the intelligence. I mean, that's a guy he just learned every day. I mean, it sounds so cliche. Just get better every day. And that's not realistic. Like, nobody's going to he got better every day. Nobody's going to actually get better every day, right? There's going to be a day where you fail, right, and you don't think you grow, but you still, the next day, you got twice as good because you learned from it. It may not be the product was better, but the growth was better, right? And those are 2 different things. And I think he turned every day that he failed, right, into growth, and every day that he succeeded into growth, and he just stacked those days.
And,
Both at the same time. Okay.
and just with Jaden, what type of leader is he?
I think he is right now. He is a lead through the work, and everybody sees the work, right, and the want. And I think older guys can rally behind a young guy who's passionate and has the care factor. And I think through his knowledge and through the work that he's putting in, he's slowly getting more comfortable. And you saw him today go up to 2 different guys, be like, hey, I think you should do it like this, right? That's the next step, but he can't force it. He can't force it until he knows it so well that he's right, because you can't lead that way if you're not always right. But that goes back to the confidence. He's slowly putting himself in position to know the offense good enough to lead in that next way. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen organically, but you saw it organically happen 2 times at practice today.
Hey, Kenny, Jake Seymour, Sun Devil Source. Yesterday, you kind of criticized the effort at practice, just given the news that had broken right before practice began. Do you feel like the group kind of bounced back today and responded well after yesterday's practice?
100%. That was probably our best practice we've had. And I said in 2 weeks. I mean, it may have been our best practice we've had fall camp, other than maybe one that was mixed in there. I mean, phenomenal day. It just tells you the character of the people that we had. I mean, I think somebody put it on social media like our kids didn't refuse to speak to anybody yesterday because they needed to get it out, and they've moved on. It is what it is. Life's about how you respond, and we're going to try to do everything we can to be successful every single day. And I think those guys brought it today to lean into one another, and let's go be the best we can be every single day.
Jorge Rubino, Devil's Judges. Kenny, do you feel that the offensive line is now solidified? Because I know there was a lot of shuffling during fall camp, which is probably natural for any position, not only offensive line, but do you feel that the front five right now is pretty established, ready to go for the season opener?
It is, but we want to be able to play 5 to 8 guys in that role. So, I mean, yes, who takes the field? Yes. Are they a starter? Yes. But are there really 7 to 8 starters? Yes. So I wouldn't get too wrapped up in, what 5 take the field first, right? It's the 7 to 8 guys that are actually going to play. Going twice. You're out of here. So,
So Julia Lopez, 3TV, CBS 5. Just what message do you have to the Sun Devil Nation? Just week 1, obviously a lot of adversity heading in, but just what do you want to tell them, and how important is it for them to show up on Saturday?
Yeah, to me, the adversity is behind us. It's like I told our team. Like I said, we're going to give everybody 1 day. Get your feelings out, including me. Get it out. Get it off chest. Get it out there. Let's move on, because that's what it's about. It's that we're not just going to say something and then get over it instantly. That's not real. We can act like that's real, but it's not. But give yourself a day and move on. So to Sun Devil Nation, it's move on. Let's move on, right? Let's show support for the team, because that's what this is about. This is about the athletes. It's not about me. It's not about anybody else in the organization. It's not about Coach Regal. It's not about Coach Munns. It's not about Coach Samples. It's not about somebody in the athletic organization. It's not about somebody that works on the other side of campus. This is about the 120 kids, 116 kids that are on the football team, right? Support them. Come out, support them, cheer, be loud, show that it matters, show that you care, show that we're working in the right direction to get this place where everybody wants it to go to.
Kenny, were there things that you heard or were involved with that players said that contributed to the improvement today, like behind the scenes or leading up to practice?
Yeah, I think guys like JC and Jalen, and I mean just all the guys. I think the guys have put in enough work that they're not going to let anything derail them from what they actually want. And that's just to show people that they've put in the work. They want to show that they've put in the work. And I think obviously there's going to be emotional days, but I think the response today is a good reflection. The response yesterday with our players, the media, the response today at the practice is a good reflection of the direction we're going, right? And I talk about it all the time. We need to face adversity. Right, we went to Camp T to face adversity living in the same place. Right, we've had tough practices to face adversity on the practice field. Right, we just had adversity in life. Right, it's great. I mean, it's not what you want, but sometimes what you need, and we got to use that fuel, and we got to face it. And we're going to face more adversity on Thursday. And I think all the trials that we're facing is good for the longevity of the football team. And we're going to spin everything as a positive, and we're going to go be the best we can be. Be loud on Thursday. Thank you. Oh, found my phone. I'm used to grabbing my phone and leaving. Right?